feeling right now?
I don't know. I suppose I'm overwhelmed at the moment.
Well, was it emotional when your sister's name was read out today?
Yeah, it was emotional. Not just when my sister's name was called out, but also the other family members, or the other patients who died, because I've been dealing with the family so much so that they feel like, they're part of my family as well now.
Is 1.2 million rand enough as compensation?
It will never be enough. It will never be honestly, it will never be enough. There's just too much that was taken.
Is there a sense among the families this will go some way to paying costs and things? Of course, not enough for a life, but saying R1 million for gross violations of their constitutional rights.
I think more so because, on the last day of arbitration when was it, January the 9th, when the state basically put the case forward that they don't see the need to be paying for constitutional damages. For us bereaved families, it really hit home. It basically said the judge saw what we were complaining about, felt our pain, and could only imagine what the patients must have gone through before dying. And for him to then award this and saying, he doesn't understand why the state would actually take that stance, for us was basically saying he heard us, and he can, it resonates with him.
And when he said that people were tortured, how did that make you feel?
We've been saying that. We did say that our families literally died of starvation, died of hunger, died of dehydration. I mean, that can't be nice. I can't imagine somebody to actually die from something like that, not in this day and age.
And you've told us before you were looking for your sister.
Yes.
You couldn't even track her down at the time.
Yeah, because she was sent to Cullinan, but actually was sent to Cullinan, to Anchor, and then to Precious Angels, and Siabadinga in the process as well. So it was literally just shipping her off from one place to the other.
He did, when he said that, was it confirmation? Was it a relief that, like you said, at least you are being heard, what you've been saying for months?
To be honest with you, the judgment was so perfect for us as families, because like we've been saying for months now, for years now actually, that we've complained and doors would be closed on us. People would ship us to the next person. So when he read out all these violations, everything that possibly could have been done to the patients was done, it basically said to us that he listened. He really, really took his time and he listened. And yes, the families feel very vindicated right now.
Do you want to comment on what Griselda said, that there is this sense of outstanding justice, though?
There is, because we still don't know what really was the reason for the closure, why this was rushed the way it was rushed. We still don't know the reasons for that. We do know it was criminal in the manner in which they did everything, but we still don't know the answer, the one answer that we're waiting for. But like we were saying, for us this is a pit stop, basically. This is the halfway house for us. We've passed over this, now we need to go towards the criminal charges that need to be laid against these people.
It was one of the strongest things. He was talking about officials who could foresee that people would die. That's culpable homicide.
That is. Honestly, it is, because they were warned from every single corner. We almost were on the phone calling them every time we protested. There was no ways they could not have foreseen this. They knew it, but they decided to go ahead anyway.
Do the families have any theories? I mean, he did say that the three main players here, including the former MEC, lied about the reasons for doing this.
Yes.
So that is the truth that's still elusive. Do you have any theories?
Look, we suspect it's money for gain, for corruption. That's the only thing that seems to make sense at this point. If there's anything else, we haven't been able to pick it up yet, but we suspect it's actually trying to defraud the state, I suppose, from the monies that they were hoping to get from
trying to cut corners, or somebody benefits along the way.
I mean, to cut down from 321 rands per day to 112 it is drastic for anybody to live off. It's unheard of.
What happens now for the families? Like you say, you've become a family in a
Yes.
sense. Will that be lost, or is there a sense that you will stand together until this reaches some sort of full resolution?
It can't be lost because we still have survivors, and the families need to stay together now more than ever, because they need to warn each other from things that happen, and they need to raise alarms. As soon as things happen, they need to be able to say, this is going wrong, this needs attention immediately. So that will not go away now.
For criminal charges, I guess that's all you're waiting for now.
That's basically where we're heading towards now. This is what we're hoping will be done. Yeah.
You've mentioned families. I mean, there's compensation for people who lost loved ones, like your family.
Yeah.
But there were people who suffered but didn't die. Is there any sense of sort of outstanding justice there?
Look, they suffered the same as our family members did. Unfortunately, ours were not strong enough to actually, survive. So I'd say they went through the same pain. Unfortunately, we had to bury our ones, but I don't think what the survivors have gone through is any less more painful than what our loved ones did. Had gone through, yeah.
And let's not forget that there's still missing people, still people unaccounted for.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.
That was Christine Nxumalo. She lost her sister.